Today on the show, we're going to be asking the question, is paranormal phenomenon increasing by an alarming rate? Seems like there's a lot of clips out there. Well, we're going to be talking about that on today's episode of Back to Paranormal. Well, hi-de-ho! This is Brian Mitchell, and I am here with...
Marjorie.
Marjorie, you're looking really beautiful today.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you. I get to look
I'm
at
looking
you.
at you,
Yeah.
honey.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
How are you this evening?
I am doing great, and I think today's show is going to be pretty interesting because we're going to be talking about. It seems like there's more paranormal activity being caught on camera, and we're big fans of the show Paranormal Caught on Camera, and we actually watch it religiously.
I love it.
Right now, there's new episodes being broadcast. But the thing about Paranormal Caught on Camera, or any of these shows, is a lot of the clips are coming at a very fast rate. There's a lot of things on YouTube, and that's where they pull a lot of this stuff from. So we're going to be talking about that. Is paranormal activity really increasing?
Becoming more prolific.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about that in a minute. But first, we are going to have a little drink.
A little drink, yeah. For
drink.
years, you have talked about this Killian's red beer, and sometimes when we go shopping, you're
Yes.
looking for it, and
Can't find it.
9 times out of 10, you're let down.
I'm
It's
let
a
down. I'm
big
very
letdown.
disappointed. I get depressed for weeks.
So you found
And,
it the other day,
no,
I just opened some of that for us.
Yeah, so
but
we-
this is your beer. Is this your favorite beer?
I've liked this beer for a long time. You've never had it.
No.
But I haven't had it in a while, too. I've had, we've had different things on this show. We've had the Workman beer. We've had the fancy imported beer. We've had the highfalutin and the lowfalutin, And so anyway, we picked up some Killian's, and we're going to have it on the show here.
It's
and
actually called George Killian's Irish Red.
It's Irish red beer, yes. And I used to get this around St. Patty's Day. Mm-hmm. And then I realized, I can have it without being a holiday. And so I would just, I would see it and buy it. But anyway, here we go. We're going to Booparama right here.
Booparino.
And you're going to do the countdown.
Oh, Lord.
Because you hate it so much. We're doing it. We're forced to do it.
3, 2, 1, boop.
There. Ow. You got my finger there. No, you didn't. All right, here we go. Okay. Okay, so what are your thoughts on this one? So this is George Killian's Irish Red Beer.
Style.
There you go.
It's like in a style of a lager, but it's kind of like a sweet youngling.
Yeah, it's caramelized, right?
It's caramelized.
So what did they say about that? Because we did some research into this.
I don't know. You read it, but I didn't listen.
No.
Went in one ear and out the other, which isn't very often.
Well, I think it
does happen from time to time.
I think the malt is like roasted longer. I think that's
It's
what happens.
roasted.
Don't
to
they
get
roast
it roasty toast?
Isn't that what happens with beer? They roast the malt.
I do believe they roast.
And then they ferment
the
it.
malt.
Yes,
Then they ferment it.
Yeah, but they get it to the point where it's almost like caramelized.
I think it's yummy.
For your taste pleasure. I don't know where the hell that came from. Anyway, no, I like it. It's kind of a full-bodied beer, And it's considered a lager.
I'm glad you found it because you never do.
Yeah, I never find it. We found
so I
it.
figured, you know what? I'm going to open this up and run it up the flagpole.
Yeah,
that's what I was trying to say.
What she means is that she's going to run it down her throat. That's
I'm going.
what she,
yeah,
that's what I'm doing.
In fact, I'm going in for another glug.
Yes. It's they roasty toasty it, and then it's great when it's like really chilled well, and it tastes good.
I know it's still the middle of the summer, but
yeah,
because I was compelled to do the countdown.
Yeah.
And our beloved listener Adrian provided us with our
Yeah.
our Christmas beverage last year for our Christmas show.
Oh, that's right.
Coquito.
Yes.
Which was delicious.
It was.
Adrian, thank you for that.
Yeah.
But because we now have to we're going back to Glögg.
We're going back to
We're
Glögg.
going back to Glühwein
for
Christmas.
There was an intensity there that
Yeah.
I totally didn't expect.
That's my pathetic revenge.
There you go. The defiance.
For the 3, 2, 1.
Yes.
Okay, so
All right.
yes, I just want to start by saying we do see a lot. Like we get a lot of clips, and you see a lot. Like you'll flag me down and show me something that just knocks my socks off. But I do want to say, when we started watching Paranormal Caught on Camera, I think that this gentleman here would debunk almost, I don't know, 7 out of 10 of
Well, if they had 6 on the show, I think in the beginning it would be like 5 of the 6.
Yeah.
I'd be like, well, that was nothing.
And you would go through all the reasons why it was a hoax or what have you.
Right.
And, in true Ozzy Osbourne fashion. Ball lightning.
Ball lightning. Yes.
Camera glitch.
Yeah.
Double exposure.
There's double exposure.
Rest in peace, Ozzy.
Yeah.
But and you really, but this season is season 9 we're in now is knocking it out of the park.
Right.
It has improved in the quality of their clips, and I think it's been really fun to watch. Like some of them really keep haunting me.
Yeah. There's a lot. I mean, we've been posting some stuff lately now on Facebook because a lot of these clips come from YouTube. A lot of these things that happen because it's not like people are they're taking the video and they're sending it to Paranormal Caught on Camera. They're people. They're actually posting it to YouTube for their channels, and then basically, they'll. I guess Paranormal Caught on Camera and all these other shows, they'll find these clips, and then they'll basically put it on the show, and so. We're basically doing that on the website now. We're starting to do that. But it's not the website, the Facebook page. Sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, I don't want you going to the website and going, there's no clips here, if anything. But it's on our, the Facebook page, the official Facebook page. But the clips have definitely been getting better. There's a lot more stuff. What I still like about that show, Paranormal Caught on Camera, is the fact that you'll have a bunch of people there that will be looking at the clips and they'll be commenting on them. And there's one guy there that I won't mention his name, but he basically just kind of...
Oh, yeah, they have a panel, a commentary panel.
And some of them are very good.
Yes.
And there's one guy on there that, like I said, I won't mention his name, but it's basically it's Captain Obvious. So if there is something flying across the room, he will say, "It appears that something is flying across the room,
right?
And it looks spiritual-like."
He's there to lend a helping hand to all the blind viewers.
The blind viewers.
Yes.
Maybe that's the purpose.
That's his job.
Yeah. So he describes what's happening.
He describes exactly.
Never adding anything of value.
Nope.
Never.
I love it. You roll your eyes to high heaven.
I think it's hilarious. I think it's hilarious,
I can't watch a clip without it. I need him to chime in.
Well, now we do because it's funny, but then you get the other people that come in, like you have
Lynn McNeil.
Yes.
She's a folklorist. I really like her.
Yeah, she's and they're actually looking at the videos and saying, well, this could be this or that or whatever, and they're there's a little debunking going on maybe. They're not always with the video.
Mm-hmm.
They might say, well, this could be this or that or whatever. But I do a lot of that when we actually look at these videos and I go, oh, yeah, that part of it's obscure. It's like a door opening and, part of it's obscured by a bed or something. And, unless you're seeing the whole thing, unless you're seeing the whole image of that door opening and shutting, and how that fits into the room. It could be somebody's doctoring it up. They're manipulating. So, well, anyway, that's my 2 cents on that.
I love the show. I've always loved the show. I do view things with a skeptical approach. Maybe not as much so as you.
Right.
Especially the Bigfoot stuff, because I want to believe.
Yeah. No, I know. No, and there is a show on about Bigfoot, and it seems like they're using the same people to kind of look at the clips and kind of debunk that stuff, or actually just say, oh, this actually looks like it could be real.
What I also really like about that show, as opposed to just watching a video like a Ring camera or a home camera that someone put up onto YouTube, is they do often engage with the people who actually took the video.
Yes.
And they're describing to you like their feelings, and they really are fleshing out the whole experience, because sometimes it's just like a 10-second, not even clip.
Yeah.
So when you get to hear like this, and the guy's like, I'm Tony and this is my clip, or whatever.
Right. This is my video.
Yeah. And then they say what really they flesh out the experience for the viewer.
Yeah, the one thing that always cracks me up is they'll have somebody come on that basically looks real goofy, and and you really can't take it seriously. It's almost like the clip seemed to be good, and then this person comes on, and you're like, oh my god, So
that's always in the initial couple seasons of Paranormal Caught on Camera.
Yeah.
I would look at the people who had sent in their clip, and that would be like my number one criteria.
That could be the deal breaker
for judging. It's like, well,
yeah.
This person looks like they could, they got something they need to gain.
Yeah, they could use like $1,000 or something. From I don't know. It's hard to say that. I hope that every video that's up on YouTube is authentic, but there are some things that just don't look right. And they'll put some of that stuff on Paranormal Caught on Camera. But like I said, and we agree on, is basically this season that's airing now, is it seems like the videos are much, much better.
Oh, they're knocking it out of the park.
Yeah, absolutely. So, which basically begs the question, Is there more activity? Do you think it's more activity is happening now than ever before? Because, 50 years ago, it was like maybe something might have been caught on film, but, it was like, an occasional thing there, or a ghost story, a Lincoln ghost story, or something else that happened, I don't know. Early.
I don't know. Is paranormal activity on Earth increasing?
Yeah. Some people believe that the doorway, or the two worlds, the spiritual world and the world here,
the physical world,
kind of merging.
Really?
Yeah.
Like the veil is wearing thin.
Yeah. Yeah. It's being lifted.
Okay, so these are the three questions then. Okay, is the paranormal activity increasing, and why?
Yeah.
Is our collective awareness here in our physical world increasing?
Yes.
And why?
Right.
Or is it because cameras are everywhere?
Oh, I thought you were going to say, are people getting high more?
I think they... Sadly, I think they are.
I don't know. If they're listening to the show, they just might be. I don't know.
That's a
I hope not.
That's a possibility.
Hey. Yeah, you know what my theory on it is?
I do want to know what your theory on it is.
Okay, my theory is, and it's just like, the news today seems to be more horrific because you hear of everything.
Yes.
And
yes.
And I think the fact is that we, as a society, as the world, all these things are basically online. You know, like if things are being caught on camera a lot because everybody has more cameras.
Yes.
Everybody has a camera on their phone.
Yes.
You have security cameras that are actually better than they were 10, 20, 30 years ago. You know, there were security cameras 40 years ago, but they ran on, you know, it was like a reel-to-reel videotape. Sometimes they just took pictures. You know, it was like snap, 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 you know, like that. And eventually it got to video where, you know, it would run on a loop. Run a long loop, and it would just basically it would record everything, and then it would just go back to the beginning, just erase over the material. And now it's just like everybody has a Ring camera, which is basically a security camera. So it's just the cameras are all over the place. I mean,
And people have cameras inside their homes.
inside their home, they
A
have
lot of
baby,
people
you
do.
know, the baby cameras,
Baby monitors.
yeah, baby monitors, and
Dog for their pets.
that's
and
right.
things.
Or they just have cameras around their house just to record, you know, like if they have a pet in the house, they can watch the pet. You know, they can kind of monitor how things are going on in the house. So it's kind of crazy. And I think that's why, honestly, because of all the cameras that are out there, I think that's why we're catching more of this phenomenon. And so is it really increasing, or is it just that we just have cameras everywhere and then people, you know, they review their footage and they go, hey, what happened here? All of a sudden this door opens up
Yeah.
and then it closes, or something flies across the room. Honestly, I think that's what it is. But I don't know. There seems to be, you know, I showed you a poll that I think came out last year. And it was basically saying that, you know, a lot of people, I think 41% of people in the world have had some sort of spiritual encounter. And I think close to 80% believe in God. But I think, 60% do believe in ghosts.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm giving roundabout numbers.
Yeah, and roughly 50
Yeah.
odd percent believe in well, they accept the theory of that there's alien life that's come.
Yeah, yeah. And so, and now, what do you think about that?
I think that, you know, honestly, I think that people always have. I
Yeah.
just think that they either were too scared to admit it or too embarrassed to be made fun of.
Yeah. And I think there was also kind of a persecution of people that believe that these things happened, you know. Because, I don't know, 30, 40, 50 years ago, if you
Yeah.
said you saw a ghost, you know, people would think you're nuts,
Yeah.
you know. But I think among family members, I think, you know, if somebody saw something, sometimes it wouldn't just be them that experienced it. It might be another person. So they might kind of keep it quiet. I mean, there are people that listen to the show
Yeah.
that are not, they're afraid to mention this because they're afraid that people are going to look at them like they're crazy.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
but, you know, I know of a couple of people that do listen to the show that have told me that they don't want to bring that up because people say, no, you're out of your mind, you know. And so there's
People
that.
have said that to me.
Yeah.
Loved ones.
Yeah. And people look at me, you know, when I say stuff, people look at me and they roll their eyes and they're like, well, maybe it was this or maybe it was that. And it's really kind of surprising with these numbers that most people do believe that, you know, there are ghosts and stuff.
Yeah.
So that would be almost like, you know, 2/3 of people believe that. But meanwhile, there is still a stigma that if you say something, and kind of say it out loud, it's like, boy, you're off your rocker,
Woo
man.
woo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo woo. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of a shame,
Yeah.
you know. But
Right.
I personally think that 60 odd percent is a little low. I don't think it's an honest.
You think it should be higher?
I think it should be higher.
You know, there are people I've talked to that had some sort of ghostly experience and refused to acknowledge it. Mm-hmm. There are those people. They're just afraid to acknowledge it.
Mm-hmm.
You
Well,
know?
we've even had several guests on our show who have said, I get a lot of pushback from my church and from
Yeah.
friends, and they attach this stigma to me personally because of my experiences.
Right. Right.
And that, I think that's kind of hurtful, because it's saying, okay, so Carrie Ann Flanagan Broski is a liar. She's not a liar.
Right.
Jennifer Ann
Right. No. No.
is not practicing the evil arts or whatever.
No.
I don't know.
No.
And things
Yeah.
like that. And
How could you believe in God and not believe that your soul goes on?
yeah, that
Or
there's
that
a
it could
divine gift.
or that it could linger. There was a I don't know if I mentioned this on the show. There was a game show host. It was actually, he did a kids show called Wonderama. We've talked about it.
Oh, yes, yes.
And he died suddenly at the age of 63 of lung cancer. He didn't even know he had it, and then he passed away.
Oh, wow.
But I heard a story from his daughter that basically, I think the time that he passed away I think a clock froze at that time.
Wow.
Yeah. But one other thing that she said was like, there's a clock in the home that chimes, and around the hour that he passed, it does like an extra bell.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it continues to do that.
That's sweet.
Yeah, so it's like instead of three dings, it goes another one.
A little extra
And what's
one.
interesting is he was a magician.
That's very
So
sweet.
yeah, so it's like a little trick of his that he did. Yeah, so
I like that.
Yeah, interesting,
I like
right?
that a lot.
yeah,
I think it's a combination of social media making things very accessible to us.
yeah,
I think it's the cameras everywhere.
right,
But I also think that yes, either because of our awareness and our collective consciousness,
yeah.
that veil is wearing a little, it's thinning out
It's spreading out a little bit
between
It's
the
thinning.
physical
Yeah.
and the,
I think so. I think there's a lot. I think if you look out there, there's a lot of books by different people that and we've talked about Eben Alexander, who is a brain surgeon, and he died. He died and then was revived, and he went through. I guess he was in a coma, and when he came to, he totally believed that there was an afterlife.
yes.
And this was a guy who grew up, and he had his father was a preacher or a minister. I think it was a minister, right? The
I
father.
thought his father was a brain surgeon.
No, he wasn't.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, the father was he was a minister.
Oh, I thought he
grew-
was just a very religious and spiritual man who also was a brain surgeon.
Well, we're gonna have to look that up.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm getting it mixed up.
Well, and anyway, he grew up with religion, being a big part of his life, and he kind of fell out of that. So whether I'm right or you're right doesn't matter.
No,
it's
but
still,
yes, you are correct. He was raised to believe in God and to be quite faithful. And then as science started to take over his life, the faith kind of went away. And that's a pity because they can coexist.
Yes.
They certainly can. And because I do think that the divine gift of our spirit, that comes from the Creator, that does come in handy when health is on the line.
Yeah. What I find is interesting.
I believe that.
Yeah. What I find when atheists, and I'm sure there's going to be somebody who's going to say, "No, I would never do that," or "I've never done that," but when things are dire
Yeah.
and they're in a life-changing situation.
Yeah, that'll kick you in gear.
That will kick you, and all of a sudden they're
They're
crying
down
out.
at the chapel in the
They're
hospital.
crying out to God.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I find funny because it's
I think it's a good thing, but it is it happens more often than I.
it does.
It's not really. I think it's well.
Yeah.
I think having a faith is a good thing. I
Yeah.
don't because there is something greater than
There
just you.
There is. I believe that. I believe we're here for a reason.
But I don't want to be judgy on anybody. But
But I hear stories of that.
I hear that all the time.
I hear stories of that. There was a actor who he was in a lot of MGM films. He was a recording artist, but he did a lot of Disney films. It was Dean Jones, and he had a book called Underrunning Laughter. Underrunning Laughter. That's the name of it. And basically, the book is basically how he was depressed all his life, and he was he grew up from a religious background, and then basically he didn't believe in God. He felt there's a lot of misery in the world, and he basically moved away from it, and he became kind of reckless, which is totally opposite of his image on some of these Disney films that he made. He made some of the biggest Disney films of all time, and he was kind of considered this wholesome actor, but there was demons, that were attacking him, and basically he was suicidal. And one day he was doing a play in New Jersey, and he cried out to God, and he was angry. And he cried out to Jesus, if you're real, show yourself to me, make your presence known, and because I don't believe in you and all that. And he had a moment where Jesus Christ came through him.
Wow.
He felt this, and it changed his whole life.
Wow.
For the better.
Excuse me.
Yeah. He made a total turnaround. And that's what that book is about. Is that
thank goodness.
Yeah. So he spent, I guess, the next 30 some odd years of his life doing good things.
Yeah.
And he was devoted to God.
Turned it around.
Turned it totally around.
Yeah.
So he went through a major change.
Yeah.
And it's interesting, but if you can find the book, it's a very interesting read. It's an easy read, but it's an amazing little book.
So many people, excuse me for the frog in my throat. I don't know what's going on. So many, probably the AC.
Yeah.
So many people say, I'll believe it when I see it.
Right.
I say, you see it when you believe it.
Right. Yeah.
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 But yes, I do feel as though that veil is getting thinner.
Yeah.
And for what, I don't know. Maybe because like you said, that you open up your news feed and the horrors and the hate and the rage and anger and the ill deeds that are transpiring, and we're getting hit with this when every time you open up your news feed on your phone.
Yeah.
And there's only so much that we can take before we have to find our hope and
right.
our salvation and think about these things. You have to safeguard all that is good in order to just read the news these days. And it's good to have that spirituality to brace you.
Yeah. The news is not designed to make you feel good. No, it's true. Because if you have something on there like, hey, Henrietta from Clarkstown, New Jersey, just had a 110th birthday, right? And they got cameras there and all that. Are people people are not drawn to that type of stuff, which is sad.
I
you know?
am 110.
Yeah, I mean, people
I
get.
think that's fascinating.
I think no, I think it's a wonderful thing. But if you have something that is basically, oh well, this happened, a fire broke out in downtown Detroit, and took out 3 blocks, right, something like that. And people are saved from the building, but some people perish or whatever. It makes for more interesting news,
Yeah.
sensational, and so the more sensational, the better. And some news networks are like that, where they're
Yeah.
putting stuff on that's basically there's nothing good. It's all negative, negative, negative. And the problem is that if you look through that glass, right? They talk about rosy-colored glasses, but if you're always looking at stuff like that, you're gonna start feeling pretty miserable.
Yeah.
And some of it's designed for hate, and and that's not good either. So
it caters to that.
it. Yeah.
And also just social media. I mean, the stuff that I read, some of the comments, I'm like, who are these people?
Yeah.
that they have nothing else better
Right.
than to spew the online hate. I mean, if they actually were sitting face to face with someone,
Would they be talking like
would they
that?
be so rude?
Probably not. Probably not. Because it's faceless.
Pretty bald faced.
Yeah. I think if people just treated each other with a little bit more respect, and I think if the news actually was, and it doesn't matter where you go to. It doesn't matter if you go to any of these news networks. They're all designed to kind of make you angry, and that unfortunately gets ratings.
Yes, but but when I see those things, I pray.
Yeah. And it's also good to
I
kind of turn the stuff off every so often.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
You can turn it on, watch a little bit, and then you can turn it. But don't, some people keep it on all day, whatever it is. And it's not a good thing. I see it with my mom. She'll put on news, and she'll leave the news on all day. And I'm like...
She can't even hear it. It's okay.
Yeah, I know. But she can see it. So anyway,
no, but
yeah,
but yeah, I do. I think that it's we've gotten way off of our topic.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, I mean one thing leads to another, but
true.
Okay, we'll rope it back in. Here we go. I'm pulling it. Okay, audience, do the applause for me. I roped it in. We're back. Yeah, I'm sorry. We went off on a little tangent, but the truth of the matter is,
but okay, it's all slightly intertwined to a degree. The cameras, the prolific viewing of videos online, and the availability of those things. But I do think it's an interesting question. Like some of the videos that we see, where people are very aware of what's happening in their home or what have you.
Right.
Like 80 years ago, was that stuff happening?
I know, I've talked about things that have happened to my mom.
Yeah.
And, this stuff was happening.
No, yes, it's always been happening.
Yeah.
But to the degree that we see today, or is it, like I said, a combination?
It could be a combination
of the factors.
Well, a lot of people, like I said, some people really believe that. It could be a combination of the factors, and maybe because there's an enlightenment, that maybe the veil is being lifted a little bit.
Yeah. And
as more people kind of,
I think that's an important factor in all of this.
Yeah. Well, there's, we're going to talk about this on a later episode, but there is a belief, and there are a number of people who share this belief, that you create your own reality. So if you're always thinking negative, if you're always thinking doom and gloom, and you're miserable, then you attract that type of thing to you. But if you are on a higher level, and these things, and they say it's vibes or vibration, right? And we, like I said, we've talked about this on the show before. Like, you'll walk into a room, there was a massive argument, you didn't know about it,
Didn't hear it, nothing.
didn't hear it. You walk into the room, and it's like it's like pea soup.
You feel the.
You feel it. No, you feel it. You
Hey,
feel
I
it.
actually like pea soup.
Well, yeah, but not,
yes,
not,
I
to,
understand.
not to walk
it's
into
it's
it.
heavy.
Yeah.
It's
a
yes.
heaviness. And the thing is like when things are lighter, there is a different feeling. And so that can be, you get the best example of this is that there are certain people that walk into a room and you may not know who these people are, but they have like sunshine around them. They have, there's a feeling that you get with a person. It's almost instant. And I felt that.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about, like you walking into a room. Well, you see, you're very pretty.
Thank you.
But you walk into a room and you have a vibe. You have a vibe, and it's lovely.
Well,
it's really,
thank you.
It's sweet and lovely, and
thank you, my love.
And
well, I actually, and this has happened more than once. You and I will go out to dinner, okay?
yes,
And suddenly we pick up on a vibe, and we'll kind of look over, and there's another couple there, not looking as happy as you and I are, and they glare.
yeah,
Have you noticed that?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'll notice all of a sudden the
They're
heads,
looking, the
heads turn,
yeah.
and they're just watching you, and it's like,
And they don't stop.
yeah, and we're not doing anything, we're not doing anything,
And it's like not a child. It's, people who are adult enough to know that it's
Yeah.
rude to stare.
Yeah, but I think kids pick up on that too. Kids
Yeah.
pick up on that. I think more so than adults. But there is something with certain people that they walk into a room and it's just like the whole atmosphere of the room changes. It's like their energy, and so I believe that.
So
happens,
people
yeah.
do pick up on it. But we're actually going to revisit this topic and in a later show. But that you can't pick up on the vibe unless you're actually dialed in. Almost like a radio station.
Yeah, it's almost like you have to match that vibe. Yeah. And so if you are trying to attract goodness into your life, you have to kind of radiate that on a higher level. So, it's hard. It's really hard, especially in today's day and age, where and I think this is where we kind of talked about the negativity about stuff. That's where
Inundated with negative.
Yeah, and you have to kind of tune that stuff out because look, bad things happen. Bad things happen to good people, and during the course of the day, there's good news and there's bad news that happen. But the thing is not to dwell in the bad stuff, because then you kind of stay in that state. And you have to kind of get yourself out of it and radiate higher. It's just, and it's feelings. But I think if you are like that and you just kind of push that stuff away, it's also taking a different attitude about it. Because perception is everything, right? If let's say you lost $10, right? And I could tell you right now, my dad, he would be like so upset over losing $10, and it would ruin his whole day.
Yeah.
Right. But look at it a different way. Say, yeah, you lost $10, but maybe somebody who finds that $10 maybe could really use it.
Oh, well, let me tell you
something.
something. Before I insisted on always having umbrella that have the hook.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, the good umbrella karma that I put out there in the world, misplacing umbrellas in taxi cabs and leaving.
Right.
And then someone else gets in and it's pouring rain and they're like, "Oh, thank you, Lord. Thank you for the umbrella that I needed."
Right.
I
Yeah.
definitely put out some good brawly
Yeah.
karma into the world.
That's good. And
And yes,
yeah.
of course I get home and I'm soaking wet, but somebody else was saved from the same fate.
Exactly. So, there's a couple of different ways you can look at it, things that happen.
It is true.
And you can, and you could just look, I lost it, but maybe somebody else can use it,
Yeah.
And now you're pushing yourself more
turned it
toward a
around.
positive. Yeah. Yeah. So,
You're a positive fella.
I'm positive about a lot of things, but things get me down too. I'm human. We're all human.
We are.
And we push through, but some people don't. Some people just wallow in it.
Yeah.
And you can't wallow in it. Just can't. So anyway, and how does this relate to these paranormal
Not
stuff?
a clue. But we're having a conversation.
We are having a conversation.
We're going places in our conversation.
Yeah.
So wait. Name of this season, okay, on Paranormal Caught on Camera.
Paranormal, yes.
Can you say one of your favorite clips
Oh, gee.
so far?
There's quite a few. I'm never big on the UFO clips. I mean, there's been some actual good ones, but there was a few that I said, that could be drones. That could be somebody testing out like drone light show or whatever. Because they're computer controlled. They can turn on the light, turn off, and then all of a sudden another one kind of lights up, and people are like, "Oh wow, it's a UFO, and look, it just kind of moved from there to there, and it didn't really move at all. It was just another one that just lit up, So it's really hard, when you're looking at it, to accept it, because it could be a lot of different things. We had our own personal experience with seeing something. What was it, last summer?
It was like two years ago.
2 years ago, and it was like a SpaceX thing that happened.
Yes.
Yeah, and but it looked really wild.
For about 10 minutes,
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh my gosh."
Yeah.
And then we went to the deli, and these people on the long line at the deli.
Right.
And I was like, "We just saw the weirdest thing." And they were like, "We saw it too." And
Yeah.
then you open up the news, and it was a space.
I think we found. Yeah, I think we found out maybe an hour or two later.
Yeah.
SpaceX. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what.
But
what
for
happens,
for a minute there, I thought, "Wow."
Yeah, we both thought so.
I was
yeah.
so excited.
Yeah, but but that's the thing. You don't really know, and so I guess just with some of the like you said, some of the clips from the show, there have been some excellent ones, and there was one. Okay, well, you tell me your favorite
Mine would
one.
be the little girl behind the dresser that was pushed up against the wall.
Oh, okay.
This guy was doing a video. He's lying. This young man is lying on his bed making a video, a selfie type thing, and he suddenly sees this face, the dresser that's flat up against the wall, right next to his bed. He sees this little child's face, and then she ducks back.
Right, and there's no room
And he
for this thing
turns
to
around.
go.
There's no space. And he sees it behind over his shoulder
Right.
in the camera, and he turns around and she's gone. But he submit. I thought that was because then he's looking under,
Right.
Under the bed, under the dresser,
Oh, they're moving the camera around to try. There was one that was kind of interesting where it was.
Also his reaction is very genuine.
Right.
Yeah. He looks like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was one that I think it was from Japan, where somebody was looking through an apartment. He had his video camera.
Yes.
And he was in a room, and all of a sudden there was kind of almost a shadow that kind of like came across the room. And what it was he he panned the camera around. He was doing
And it was like a frosted glass wall,
right, and there was a figure behind the wall,
a large figure.
and then he panned back, and then
Then he walked into that room.
he
and
walked
there's
into the
nothing.
area, yeah. Yeah, it wasn't there, and then it was there, and then he walked into the area, and there was
No doors,
no door, no nothing, and it's basically, and nothing was there.
Yeah.
And that was very interesting. It almost felt like a magic trick to me, but I don't think it was a magic trick at all. It was basically, I think it was a real phenomenon, you know.
Yes.
But there was another one too, where there was a gentleman that was in a house that was supposedly haunted, and he was going through the floors, and he was spooked by, I think there was something at the end of the hallway that was kind of moving like a figure, and then he went in closer to it to see what it was, and there was nothing there. You know? Yeah.
Yeah. No, they've gotten really good. They've gotten really good, and
Just really excellent stuff.
and we will keep posting. And again, I apologize for my throat problem tonight.
Yeah.
But we will keep posting on the Facebook page some interesting.
Yeah, we're gonna find some stuff and put it up there. We have a few things up there right now. The website, you know, we've kind of let the website kind of go. I mean, it updates the shows, you know, so you can always go to the website and find the show. But we haven't really been posting on the blog too much, and I apologize for that.
I apologize
Yeah.
for that. That's
Yeah, but we're gonna make an effort to make sure we do 1 or 2 posts per week,
Yeah.
and yeah,
and we want to hear your thoughts too.
yeah, your thoughts,
Please.
Yeah. Well, what do you think? What do you think out there?
Yeah, about all of this.
Yeah, what do you think about that? Do you think there's an increase in
awareness, the thinning of the veil,
or more paranormal phenomenon that is
prolific
happening?
use of camera everywhere?
Yeah, no, there's a decent amount of activity. It's certainly a lot.
Or is the activity increasing in addition to all of this? I don't know.
You know, one other thing that I will point out before we actually kind of wrap up here is, you know, you have AI, you have artificial intelligence, and there's a lot of stuff being done with this online. And I just hope that people are not incorporating some of that into their videos. You know, I'm sure there's going to be some stuff that comes up that's going to be like that. Yeah. But the one thing that I have noticed going from one video to another, there are things that just very consistent, like the orbs and the shadow figures and the way they look. One of the things that we look for that's really important is somebody has pets, and the pets are reacting.
Oh, yes.
And that's always a big tell to me.
Oh, I check that off the list.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. So I don't know if it's 100% all the time, because, you know, some dogs are just, you know, they'll bark at anything. If somebody's dressed up in a costume, they'll bark at it, of course. But some dogs are just real skittish, and some dogs, you know, sometimes you have to know the dog, you know. But I've said before, you know, in my house in Wantagh, where I used to live, I don't live there anymore. But anyway, there were things in that house that happened where all of a sudden the dog would look up into a corner and just stare. And there's nothing there.
Wow.
Just stare in the corner. And that was very telling to me, because I had something maybe after that or before, where in that very corner I saw like
the sparkles.
The sparkles.
What is with the corner? Why is it?
I don't know.
Because I've had those experiences too. It's like up, and your out of body experience.
Yeah.
It was up and in the corner.
It was more. Yeah, it was toward. Actually, it was just maybe opposite. So if like, not exactly in the corner. No, but it was like up, like the vantage point would be that you could look down and see it see yourself at an angle. So, not exactly in the corner.
Oh, okay.
Because when
I stand corrected.
well, no, I will tell you exactly because I don't think I've clarified on the show. When I had this out of body experience when I was 3, and I remember seeing myself on the bed and looking down at myself. So the positioning was almost like 45 degrees, but up. Okay, not in the corner, but there was another presence with me that was to the right of me as I was looking down. So I wasn't quite in the corner, but I was maybe, a little bit halfway across the
get it.
Across the room. Yeah, it's hard to explain. Sorry. I'd have to do a diagram. And it's really,
I get it.
Yeah.
You explained it.
All right. Let's wrap this up. Why don't we?
Okay.
I think it was an interesting show.
This was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And thank you for this new
The
beer.
Killian's Red.
Yeah.
It's good beer. I've always liked it. I'm glad you like it.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So anyway, check out the Back to Paranormal Facebook page, and there is one. It says Back to Paranormal Podcast. That's the one you want to go to, because there was another one we set up, and there was a problem with it, and so we're not posting on that. But that may show up. So if you go there and there's a bunch of nothing on there, then that's not the right one. So it's Back to Paranormal Podcast on Facebook. We have links on our website directly
This
to
season,
that
we
page.
have had a couple technical difficulties.
We've had a lot.
I have to say.
Yeah, I think there's some gremlins around here. So you got that, and then the backtoparanormal.com for blog posts and thoughts, after show notes and stuff. So we're going to be posting a little bit more on that. Well, a lot more on that. So check out both. And one more thing.
Mug.
Yeah, we have a couple of old mugs, and not that old, but it's from
They're brand new.
They're brand new, but
Yeah.
we changed the logo of the show, and we think the new logo is fitting. Thank you, Marjorie. 'Cause,
You designed it.
well, I designed it originally. When I designed it, it was more of a homage to like 50s sci-fi horror
Yes.
movies.
Yes. Jetsons type.
No, it was really like these old style 50s movie posters, the Blob and stuff like that. And I thought, well, that kind of reads, supernatural stuff. So I designed it like that, and then it had some sparkles around it and stuff like that. And so we did T-shirts with it.
I loved it. I still love it.
Yeah.
It's just that as we started doing the show, I was like, this is not just for,
Yeah.
giggles.
Yeah. So we, Marjorie said, I think we need something a little bit more fitting, which I agreed. I agreed with it. And so we set out to redesign it. And this time, Marjorie gave me the 2 thumbs up on it.
Oh, if I had more thumbs, I think you did a beautiful job.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. So anyway, we have the new logo, and I think it looks really wonderful. So anyway, well, I want to thank everybody for listening to the show. If you're
Okay, so you have the you said you.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, I went ahead of myself
You,
here. Okay.
You're on some tangents tonight.
I know, I'm awful. Okay. You want to tell them about the mugs?
No, you don't.
Okay, I'll tell you about the mugs. Okay, so this is it. We have 2 mugs. What we're asking is, obviously you're listening to the show. I'm hoping that you're not just listening to it for any other reason other than you like it. And so please post a review somewhere. You could do it on our Facebook page. You could do it on other sites. Just send us a link to it, and you could just link it right to the Facebook page. And 150 words or less. So you don't have to go crazy. You can give
150 words. Where did that?
or less.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it doesn't have to be a paragraph.
Okay.
A paragraph or 2.
Okay.
I mean,
We'll get that mug to you, and you'll have
Well,
some nice.
well,
you
the
can-
best 2.
tea or cocoa.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or rum. Whatever you
Yeah.
want to put in it.
Anything.
Yeah, anything.
Or pencils.
Pencils are good. Yeah. Anyway,
So
the
you'll
best
pick
the
the
best
best
2.
two.
The
Okay.
best 2 will get a mug. How about that?
Okay.
All right, and contest ends August 31st.
Okay.
2025, because people could be listening to this in 2027, and they're going, "Oh, I better get that review in for that old mug." Yeah, so it's the original logo, but I think it's still a cool logo. So we will pick the best two, and then we will send it to you, and we'll announce it on the Facebook page.
Did that woman ever get her ball cap? Her Back to Paranormal podcast? Oh,
yes.
good.
She did.
Good.
Yeah. So anyway, and that's all I got.
Okay.
I'm spent. I'm done.
All right. Well, thank you all for listening to us.
Thank you. No, we really appreciate you, and
we do.
Yeah, and we hope you're getting something out of this. I know we are, and we'll see you next week on another episode of
Back to Paranormal.
Good night, everybody, and God bless you.
God bless you.